What is up guys, welcome to the Belgian Blue Academy. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at a stock that we, as well as the majority of investors, seem to be very bullish on, and that is Apple. I'm going to be running through Apple's recent outstanding record-breaking earnings, give some current news regarding the company, and outline the financials, which to me contain some very bullish indicators. Apple had a record-breaking earnings that even the most bullish of analysts would not have predicted. This included an earnings per share of $1.40, which is 40% higher than the predicted $0.99. This shows the company is very profitable and it even exceeds their own quarterly predictions, with a reported revenue of $89.58 billion compared to a $77.36 billion estimate. This is a 53.7% increase year on year. The fact a company like Apple, who is already so well established, can still produce such revenue growth is truly outstanding, especially in a very tough economic year for customers who may not have had as much disposable income as in other years. Apple then broke their revenue down by product, which showed its main products are still not only in demand, but demand is actually higher than ever and continuously growing for these items. The iPhone's revenue was $47.94 billion versus a predicted $41.43 billion. This is a growth of over 65% compared to the iPhone's revenue in Q2 last year. The sales of their signature product is still constantly growing, and this trend doesn't look like stopping in the future. Apple also had a service revenue of $16.9 billion. This to me is a very good sign. As compared to physical products, the cost of goods for Apple to produce services is very low, leaving much wider margin percentage-wise. Hopefully they can continue to scale this aspect of their business. The Mac's revenue was $9.1 billion and up 70% year on year, while the iPad's revenue was $7.8 billion and up 79% year on year. The gross margin was 42.5% compared to the estimate 39%. This is a really good sign for me, as I feel it is coming from the increase in service revenue, unless they have managed to lower their manufacturing costs, and the higher this goes, the more profit Apple will make per unit sold. They also announced a dividend increase of 7%, and they also boosted share buyback by $90 billion. However, despite all this positive news, Apple stock only increased 2% during after hours yesterday, and it ended today pretty much even. I feel an increase in share price will follow the recent bullish news, and that this sideways movement may be down to people buying in advance of earnings as opposed to post earnings. Apple is a world-renowned company with increasing worth annually, so it is only logical for price to follow the good news.
I mean, this is what I almost say is the dream scenario for the bulls in terms of what you see on iPhones. Services is of course on the buyback as well. This really just shows, many skeptical about the super cycle. You look at this quarter, this sort of puts the, what I believe is the exclamation mark that the super cycle is alive and well. This looks like this is going to be Apple's historic year where they'll break 231 million iPhones. I think right now this is the catalyst to get this to $175, $200. This is really, in my opinion, probably the best quarter I've seen from Apple in the last 18, 24 months.
Well, a $12 billion upside revenue beat for a 3-month period is pretty extraordinary. So I think it's the margin of victory, so to speak, that Apple put in there. Also, Apple shares basically flat since September 2nd in the mid 130s, and actually went up above 140 at some point. So the context was the stock certainly was not overextended in the short term.
As far as the financials go, Apple currently has a market cap of $2.24 trillion, which is ridiculously high. It also has a good volume and a PE ratio of 36.20. This shows people believe in the future growth of the stock. They have an EPS over a 12-month period of 3.69, which is healthy and obviously shows good profitability. They have increased their market cap by $1.5 trillion in the past 24 months, which is a lot more than the market cap of most public listed companies. Even conservative analysts expect a large revenue growth in the coming years. If the company can keep gross margin the same or increase it as they seem to be doing, Apple's valuation will continue a sharp upward trajectory and the share price should follow. The majority of analysts from recognized investment banks think Apple is a buy. This is what I think fair price should look like in 2025, assuming 20% growth predicted. Now that we can clearly see that Apple is in a very positive current and future financial financial situation. Let's take a quick look at recent news. The Apple Watch demand surges as company announces 75% of sales last quarter from first-time buyers. Apple also announced an iPad Pro, colorful iMacs, and a 4K Apple TV will launch in late May. This will most definitely bring increased revenue. Another very interesting piece of information is that Siri will soon be able to find your Apple TV remote using iCloud. The new 5G phones are setting sales records in China, and they are also spending $335 billion on creating new jobs and expanding in new states over the next 5 years. The company also stated that they are only at the beginning of the wearables market, meaning smartwatches and wearable products of that nature, and they aim to expand in this market over the coming years. If you like this type of content, it would be greatly appreciated if you could leave a like and subscribe, as it helps out the algorithm, and feel free to leave a comment. I'd be very interested in hearing your thoughts. Also, if you want to private messages, feel free to join the Discord of my good friend Matt Knowledge. There, you'll be able to reach out to me and my team. The link will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.